unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Newtown, Virginia Tech, Columbine, only a few of the schools affected by gun violence. The University of Iowa's gun policy coming up next.
And long lines at local auto shops, we'll look at why this winter is especially bad for drivers.
And in sports, we look ahead to the big weekend in Iowa sports.
We have it all at the top of the hour. Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Kelsey Kniff.
And I'm Brianna Jett. Early this morning, police received a report of an armed robbery near the Wayne and Essex streets. The robbery happened a few minutes after midnight. The victim was walking a dog. The suspect fled after stealing money from a wallet.
The armed robbery, as well as the recent shootings at Arapahoe High School in Colorado, pushes us to look at the gun policies here at the University of Iowa. Our own Daily Iowa reporter, Maria Palladino, has the details.
Last Friday, the day before the anniversary of the Newport shootings in Connecticut, a different shooting occurred in Centennial, Colorado at Arapahoe High School. This incident and many of the other shooting incidents that are occurring around the country really helps to remind us what the gun policies are here on campus. I am here at the Old Capitol Mall at the University of Iowa Police Department, and there are many different pamphlets students can pick up to help them stay safe on campus. Many of these pamphlets describe the different gun policies and the different type of tips that students can use to stay safe on campus. Safety at Iowa is one of the most important topics that the Iowa City and University Police focus on. I sat down with Mary Kate Knorr, a member of College Republicans, to tell us what she knows about the gun policies and where guns are not allowed on campus.
Places that it wouldn't be allowed would be, for like a perfect example, is the University of Iowa campus. You're not allowed to carry a gun on campus. Also, there are businesses that will post signs in the window. I know there are a few downtown that say no weapons allowed on the premises.
The only people on campus that are allowed to carry guns are the Iowa City and University Police. Students are not allowed to carry weapons on campus, and they are also not allowed in the dormitories. Even though the majority of students feel safe on campus with the current gun policies, some may feel that they want to protect themselves from danger.
Allowing students to carry weapons on campus, I can't help but wonder how that might have changed some of these situations that we've seen over the past decade of, school shootings. How would those have turned out if one of the students that had encountered that student with a gun on campus had also had a weapon on him?
Maria Palladino, Daily Iowan TV.
37 new jobs are coming to Iowa City, and the community will foot the bill. The jobs will all be above the median salary of Johnson County area, and residents will pay for the jobs through taxes. The jobs are through the Hines Road Renewal Plan and has the full support of the Board of Supervisors.
Local hospitals are preparing for an increase in patients as the Affordable Care Act takes effect. As of yet, the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics has not hired anyone new, but will if the need arises. St. Luke's Hospital in Cedar Rapids, though, isn't expecting a huge increase in patients because they are focusing on preventative care.
Thousands of Iowa residents may not have health coverage by January 1st. The reason? Federal officials have not provided the state with information on more than 10,000 people who are eligible for public coverage for low-income residents like Medicaid. This means people who enroll through the federal Medicaid website can't see a doctor in January. A spokeswoman for the Federal Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services said they are working to get the proper information to Iowa.
What do you get when you combine deer and snow? Car accidents. The Iowa City area saw an increase in car accidents this season, leaving long lines at local auto shops. Some waiting lists even extend into January. The reason for the jump in accidents is due to a combination of snow arriving earlier than normal and deer season lasting longer than normal.
Still on the way, oh, the sound of music therapy. We have the latest on big changes happening in the University of Iowa's music therapy program.
And in sports, a profile on France's foreign import.
But first, let's toss it over to our weather reporter, Megan Tickner, to tell us if it will be a white Christmas this year. Megan?
Thanks, Marina. This Christmas does indeed look to be white. Now getting right to it, tomorrow morning should be clear and 30 degrees. Moving into the afternoon, the temperature will rise to 38 before dipping back down to the low 30s in the evening. Now looking into your 6-day forecast, Saturday shows overcast skies and a high of 31. Sunday there is a 70% chance of snow with a low of -4. So be careful if you have pre-holiday travels. Monday you won't want to be outside. The high was -4 and a low of -12. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are practically identical with some clouds in the sky and temps in the low 20s. So if you're traveling at all during the holidays, you should be okay. Just make sure to bundle up when you go outside. Happy holidays, everyone. See you in 2014. That's all I have here. Back to you two at the desk.
Enrollment is high this year at the University of Iowa's music therapy program, a huge change from previous years.
And our own Daily Iowan reporter, Melissa Dawkins, has a story of one of these musically talented individuals. Melissa?
Thanks, you two. And as mentioned, the music therapy program is quickly expanding here at the University of Iowa. I sat down with one current student who is among the growing number of students trying to improve and touch people's lives through music. Take a listen.
When you know the tune, raise your hand, all right? And then tell me the answer. Somebody once told me.
For music therapy student Taylor Woods, it's all about striking the right chord with her clients.
So you're having a sing-along, aren't you? No, it's working on non-musical goals. We use music, yes, and it is fun. It is like a sing-along, but we're working on other things.
Today, a few friends are pretending to be clients to help Taylor prep for an activity she could use in her weekly sessions working with a group of young autism students.
Music is, first of all, it's predictable. It's entertaining. You don't realize you're working on goals that don't have to do anything with the music you're singing or playing.
When it's the real thing, she's under the supervision of a board-certified instructor as Taylor helps her young clients improve their cognitive, communication, and socialization skills.
Over a semester, I can see my clients' growth. I can see how I've learned so much from my clients. I'm continuing to learn so much about a certain population over the semester. It's so positive. I don't know. I love it.
Melissa Dawkins, Daily Iowan TV.
After graduation, Woods says she hopes to work as a music therapist in a school system. Brianna, Kelsey, back to you guys.
And now we'll look at what's happening beyond Iowa. The United Methodist Church decided to defrock Frank Schaefer, a pastor, after he officiated his son's gay wedding. The church asked him to resign, but when he refused, they revoked his credentials. Schaefer said he will appeal the decision.
The Detroit man who shot and killed a drunk woman on his front porch in November will be charged for second-degree murder. Theodore Wafer shot Renisha McBride through his screen door, thinking he was in danger. A judge rejected the self-defense plea, saying Wafer could have protected himself in other ways.
Duck Dynasty star Phil Robertson has been suspended from the show after his remarks about homosexuals. Robertson said that homosexuality is a sin and is equally as sinful as bestiality. The 5th season of Duck Dynasty is set to begin January 15th.
The university may be going on winter break, but Hawkeye Athletics will be going on all December and January.
Lauren Moss is standing by in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio to prime you for what's ahead in the black and gold. Lauren?
Hey guys, and welcome to the final show of the semester here in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio. We have a lot of Hawkeye sports to preview before winter break, so let's get right to it. We begin on the mat, where all eyes will be fixed on Carver Hawkeye Arena on Saturday when Cale Sanderson and #1 Penn State come to town. Senior Tony Ramos is glad that Penn State was added to the schedule after being left off before the season started.
It's good. It's good for the sport. It's good that the coaches work together to make something happen that the Big Ten screwed up. So that's exciting that they were able to get together and fix it. And, you know, you don't see a lot of times when something's wrong getting fixed, especially college sports. You do something wrong, they just overlook it. They bypass it.
Head coach Tom Brands has stressed staying composed and sticking with what is working during the duel.
You have to be able to wrestle solidly in our positions for the entire match. Whatever makes that happen, we got to have that happen from our guys now, meaning every day, and then in this big event. That's going to define our team.
Now before that duel, the Lady Hawks have business to take care of against in-state foe Drake, who will take on the Hawks at 4 on Saturday. Head coach Lisa Bluter and freshman Allie Disterhoff spoke on Wednesday ahead of the game.
I mean, really, practice on Friday wasn't a lot of fun. I mean, it's one of those things where, you have to use it as a motivator. Anytime you lose, I think you need to learn from the experience, but you also can use it as a great motivator. Winning is fun, but you kind of move on, but I think you learn more from a loss, unfortunately. So I think we learned a lot. We watched a lot of film. We got back in the gym, and then the weekend came and we moved on. We're moving on to Drake. I always like to think, give him 24 hours to enjoy a victory and give him 24 hours to suffer through it as well, and then you got to move on.
Yeah, it's difficult to sit on a loss like that for as long as we have been, but we've really used these past couple of days of practice to, fine-tune a few of the things we needed to work on, like rebounding, and I've been really working on our free throws, putting those in like we normally do in practice. And then just, all aspects of offense and defense. So I think the last couple of days have been really beneficial, and we'll be ready to go against Drake.
On the men's side of the ball, junior Gabe Olaseni has come on strong for Fran McCaffrey this season. Kevin Glick has more about British Air.
London is known for having a big tower in the middle of its city, and this year Iowa basketball has its own British tower patrolling the front court. Gabe Olaseni has come on in a big way this season, playing valuable minutes in place of Adam Woodbury, who's still developing and third into the way of the sophomore season. In fact, if you look at the stats, Olaseni is beating Woodbury in every major category you'd expect from a big man. In about equal time on the floor, the London transplant has more points, more rebounds, more blocks, and a better free throw percentage than a sophomore teammate. But that competition between the two is something that Fran McCaffrey encourages.
And what happens in practice every day is that they really go after each other. Gabe Olaseni has made Adam Woodbury a lot better and vice versa.
The junior won last season's Most Improved Player on the Team award, and if he keeps up the pace, he could claim it again. But that doesn't come as a surprise to his teammate Devin Marble or voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
You think of a young colt stumbling in the stable, he's not a polished thoroughbred yet, but he's getting there.
He's gotten better each year. I mean, it seems like he gets better from day-to-day basis. Also, I think he's a guy that's going to really come out and be an impact this year, and I think people get to see how valuable he really is.
With his first 2 career double-doubles coming this season, Fran McCaffrey looks forward to what his British tower will bring to the floor.
He has one of the greatest work ethics I've ever been around. So what you're seeing is a guy who, as a freshman, he got some minutes, he got his feet wet. As a sophomore, he was instrumental in some of our big wins, played a lot more. And I think this year what you're going to see is a much more complete player.
Kevin Glick, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Gabe and his teammates return to action Sunday afternoon against Arkansas Pine Bluff at 2 p.m. at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Now that's all I have for you tonight. Have a wonderful winter break, and we'll see you guys next semester. Back to you guys at the desk right after this.
We're bigger, we're deeper, and we're more experienced than we've ever been.
Here's White, ducks it through. Cummins gets the step on the drive, score it, and a foul. Now he throws it down. Marble with the playback to Aaron White.
That's all we have for you guys tonight. Be sure to catch our Friday's edition of the Daily Iowan. Year in review, as we approach the new year, take a look back at what we've done.
Wedding videographers meet Iowa wrestling. Read about the story behind the new documentary about Iowa wrestling.
Thanks for tuning in this evening. We'll be back at the same time on January 20th, 2014, or you can catch us anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Have a great night and happy holidays.